Morning folks, Russell here coming to you from the shop once again. On the docket today is we've got Carla's Jeep here, aptly named Trashy Betty. I don't know why. We got quite a bit of electrical work we need to do on this Jeep today. It's probably going to take most of today, if not into tomorrow, to finish up. A lot of rewiring we've got to do. I'm going to pick the camera up here real quick and kind of show you what all we got going on with it and what we're going to do. Probably not going to shoot any video today of the actual work. There's just so much we have to do. But I will, when it's all said and done and finished, show you everything we did. So I'm going to pick the camera up right now and walk you around. All right, so what we have here is a 2006 Jeep Wrangler, also known as a TJ. I've done quite a bit of work on her Jeep before. We've done some axle work on it, as well as some minor wiring issues stuff. Primarily what we're going to do today is remove these LED spotlights, which aren't even, they're not even hooked up. They half ran the wires and stopped, and as well as remove these two spotlights here. Currently these spotlights are wired in with LED high beams, so when she goes to high beams they automatically come on. They're misaimed. They throw a poor, terrible beam pattern, so we're going to replace those. This vehicle was equipped with the factory fog lights, and the factory wiring is still there, so we've got replacement factory fog lights, and we're just going to plug and play and set her back up for fog lights. And then up here we're going to put in some IPF classic 7-inch halogen spotlights. I'm not diametrically opposed to LED lighting. However, I feel, me personally, that your lighting should reflect the era of the vehicle. This is the last of the inline 6 Jeeps. It came equipped with halogen lighting, and that's what we're going to put back in it. We're also going to be replacing both headlamps, and as well as rebuilding some of the wiring for the headlamps. They're chafed up pretty bad. So we're going to install a relay kit wiring harness, some European code CBA headlamps, and fix some of the wiring issues in there, as well as the replacement lamps for these. By going to fog lamps, we're going to go back to halogen, and the spot lamps are going to be halogen. The other thing we're going to do today is, and I'll just show y'all real quick, everything we're going to be putting in. So what we've got in this shot right here, we've got the IPF 986 spot lamps that we're going to put in, the KC replacement factory fog lamps. We're putting those in. We've also got, we get these from jeepcables.com, and they're specific. You order them specific for the vehicle. So in this case, this is for a TJ with a 4-liter, and they call it the Big 7. These are massive gauge battery cables, so it replaces all the primary and secondary power cables in the vehicle. So we're going to install that today. This is the relay kit for the headlamps. As with anytime I do halogen lamp installs, I either go with IPF or we go with CBA. The course of parent company for CBA is Vallejo, and I always insist, if possible, to use the German manufactured, not just a German company like Hella, but actually manufactured German Flosser H4 bulbs. These are just a standard wattage, 6055. I've found that upping the wattage capability with the batteries, installing a relay kit, and then choosing a standard bulb in an E-code headlamp, and you end up throwing an incredibly great beam. And of course, by having the relay set, you could always, if you're going to do off-road only, throw in like a 100-watt low or 90-watt low, 120-watt high beams. So that's, as far as the lighting goes, what we've got to do today. The other thing we're going to do today is, she's a member of multiple off-road clubs, and most of them require a CB radio. So we picked her up this President McKinley CB/single sideband radio. We're going to install this, as well as the 4-foot fire stick with a quick disconnect. She does park her vehicle in a garage overnight, so we'll be doing that. And actually, the CB install probably be the easiest thing we do. Her tire carrier has already been drilled at one point for a CB radio mount. So I've just got to check the ground plane on that, make sure it's consistent, and then the CB will go in pretty easy. And that's kind of what we got on tap for today. I'm gonna stop the video here. We'll get started on everything. When it's all said and done, I'll come back and kind of show you how the battery cable wiring laid out and how we routed wires for the IPF lights. As far as the fog lights go, that's a simple replacement, plug and play. The switching in the car is already set up for it, and headlights are headlights, man. Everybody's replaced those before. That's not difficult, but I will show how these relay kits go in. So I'm going to pause the video for now, and then we'll come back when it's all said and done. Afternoon, folks. Russell back at it. Follow up or finish up to the video we started yesterday with Carla's Jeep here. A lot of electrical work we were doing. We removed all of the old LED lighting and installed traditional classic halogen lighting. We went with the KC factory replacement fog lamps. All those 6 Wranglers were pre-wired from the factory for the factory fog lamps, so that was simple enough plug and play on that matter. We also removed the LED headlamps and installed CBA European code headlamps with a standard 50 watt low, 60 watt high beam bulb in it, and installed a relay wiring harness, and I'll show that here real quick. We also installed the IPF spot lamps. We've still yet to wire them in, but we removed those garbage LED ones that she had previously installed by the previous owner and installed some classic halogens. We also, I'll come in from across the other side. Also installed a President McKinley AM CB sideband radio. Really good radio, I like these. And then of course for the antenna on the back we use a standard 4-foot fire stick. But let's go under the hood and talk about the wiring system upgrades. So for starters, the original wiring for the headlamps was essentially fried, and so what we had to do was come in and splice in a new high heat ceramic H4 bulb end, and then we installed this plug and play relay set that wires direct from the battery. So instead of the headlight power coming through the switch or through, off the alternator through the power distribution, it's direct from the battery. The other thing we did, let's see, I'm gonna have to get the hood open a little bit further. The other thing we did is remove all of the factory battery cables, positive and grounds. So replace them with much higher grade, thicker cables, and they wire direct. This set comes from jeepcables.com, I believe it was, and I'll put links to this in the video. Simple enough install, wires direct in the existing power distribution panel. Big beefy battery cables, the 2 ground cables right to the firewall, 1 right to the engine. Big beefy cable direct to the starter, and then a beefy cable coming off the power distribution box through 150 amp fusible link to the back of the alternator. So we've got no power issues on this Jeep anymore. She wasn't really having any problems, but with the upgraded lighting and the fact that she's already got a winch, we decided to upgrade the cables as well. That's about it. I can't think of anything else. If you like this content, go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and there's more to follow.